Hi there, this is Bridget from the PlannerSpeechie. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be planning for the week of August 19th through the 25th, 2024 in my vertical planner. I'm going to be using this kit from PlannerPixie Co. called School Days. This is perfect if you are a teacher or you have a kid going into school. It's a really precious kit. One of the things I liked best about this was that it sort of put the emphasis on like how a teacher sets up their classroom, because you've got the teacher magic, you've got all the like welcome stickers and things like that. Teachers have to do so much work to set up a classroom. This year was the first year as an SLP that I had to set up my own room that I knew I was going to potentially be in for a while. That I wasn't sharing with anybody else, and that I was like really convinced that like this is where I'm going to stay. So I'm really excited, and I've got this feeling. So we've got some really cute art here. So this is I like this. Every teacher I know has this. This is very expensive. Everyone I know who has one either got it from a teacher who is retiring, or like they use their entire school budget on it. It's very useful because it's a cart and it rolls, but like it's like $85. It's like really expensive. Okay, so we have some really pretty colorways. Lots of nice glitter headers. Lots of really cute deco. I love the crayons. I'm a really big fan of like the Target bag and all the pencil stuff. Those look like bauble earring type things. Tape, scissors. I mean, it's super cute. Like, I just think it's great. And then these fancy things. Okay. So I probably could have used like, you know, like those smiley face underlays, but instead I'm going to use these hollow underlays from Planahannah and Speech Bubble, because this is my speech room that I was setting up. So I thought this would look really cute. Oh, so gorgeous. So I am just going to lay down the base, and then I will come back in voiceover. Hi there, welcome. For those of you who are new, I'm so happy to have you. Today I am trying to figure out how to make light colored foil show up. So I actually had these tiny little squares that were included for some reason. I don't know what the other purpose of this would be, but I said, you know what, let's just use them to make this spread pop. So this was actually highly successful, and I cheated because I didn't have a 25, but I had a 2 and a 5. So I put them together to make a 25, and it really worked. This was much, much easier to read. I might be the only planner person out there who cares about this kind of thing. So if you are someone who like gets annoyed when you can't see the numbers or the date covers clearly, please comment so that I do not feel so alone. Because sometimes it drives me nuts. Like it's so strange, the things that I choose to care about. But anyway, so I really like that ombre blank. I didn't have anything to put over it, but it looked so good on its own. And I actually love that it's ombre. I wish more shops would do this, where they have, instead of just a plain color, you could do so much more of it. So I'm not color blocking this week because I didn't have to. And the colors, again, they're all so cohesive. PlannerPixie Co. is really, really good at making the color palette come together in such a way that you have a lot of options for planning. That's a really cool element, especially when we're all trying to be creative and do something a little different sometimes, but we're using the same art. So I think that's kind of fun. And I didn't realize this, but How to Teach Your Plans, which is another amazing channel that I follow, used the same art for the same week that I did, but did it in a completely different way. So if you want to see what that looks like, with a lot more white space and a different planner. Like, definitely check that out because I think it's cool to like compare and contrast all the different ways that you can do things. So I had these speech bubble underlays made. I got them in the 4 core colors, and I thought this kit has a lot of rainbow hues in it. So let's bring that out with some really fun foil. And I was curious to see how much of the speech bubble aspect would come through once I put all the stickers on top of it. Because the thing about underlays is they're really fun to look at when they're flat on the page, but when you put them down, the design kind of disappears. I'd say about 90% of them, unless you have a lot more space. So that was kind of my experience. I chose this kit because I really wanted to showcase what it's like to set up a room at the beginning of a school year. So I am a school-based speech language pathologist, which means that I am not a teacher, but I work with educators to provide communication support for students in the school setting. It's very different than private speech therapy, but one of the things that I think people need to talk more about, and teachers are doing this a lot, like on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, but I on Instagram or wherever. Setting up a classroom is really, really difficult, and setting up a speech room has equal challenges. For starters, you don't know what kind of room you're going to get. They may move you from where you were before. I was starting at 2 brand new to me schools this year. So I had to set up 2 different speech spaces. One of those speech spaces, wow, it's hard to say, was um just for me, and it was my own sort of half. They usually put you in a tutor room or a closet, but I did have my own space and it was actually really, really great. The second space, I share a sort of a smaller classroom with another SLP. And so that was fun also because 90% of that was already set up. I did help her make like a really cool bulletin board, but really I didn't move in a lot of my things. Also, because there's a good chance that I may be reallocated to another school. Cross your fingers and toes that that does not happen because I've already started seeing students and building relationships, and I love where I'm working. So, but that is a real possibility. Um, so anyway, that's the full base. It looks so cute. Like before I put anything down, I love the little speech bubbles. I think they look great. They're kind of hard to see from this far away, but when I zoom in, you'll be able to see them a lot more clearly. Um, so I ended up buying lots of new stuff for my speech room. I bought a brand new rug. I bought a beanbag chair. There's still a lot of things I want to get to make it more sensory friendly because it's not a traditional classroom. I do need more sensory supports for my students. So it's still a work in progress, honestly, and I'm filming this on September 19th, so I've been in school for several weeks now, and I'm still adding different things to make it more cozy and more therapeutic, really. But anyway, I'm kind of a hot mess. I really liked all the school supplies in this kit, especially with the deco. It reminded me of another kit. I'm pretty sure it's the same artist who did um, this Valentine's Day art that was very like making a Valentine's Day craft in school setting. I will try and link that in the cards up above there, but it was really, really cute. I actually saved some of the deco for utility. Like there's pencils and a Target bag and a little I think I saved a couple of other things. So that was kind of cool to be able to use it both as decoration and like functionally as stickers in my kit. So anyway, that is me tuning up the base. You can see I hadn't actually done the plan with me for the previous week, but I did put the base down for this. Was trying to get ahead. Um, but it looks really, really cute. Okay, so now we're gonna zoom in. Hopefully I zoom in a little more than that, but I did do sidebar stuff this week, but I probably didn't really need to be honest. I always like to put in a cleaning tracker. The act of writing it down is helpful to encourage you to actually do it. Oh, that's that's Eloise. That's my cat helping me plan. So I'm sorry that you can't see the tippy top of that, but I think I'm just writing in my work hours. So this was not my week with students, but my week setting up the classrooms, going to orientation, going to professional development, trying to learn everybody's name, trying to get in and out of the building. I had to learn the layout of two different buildings. I had to find, you know, allies in different areas in two different schools. Like it's a lot. Itinerant SLPs really do have a tough time. And so, you know, keep in mind also that a lot of this time of year, the PTA will give out money to support classroom teachers, but they will often leave off special area teachers or support staff like myself who still have to set up a classroom but don't have that financial support. So it can be challenging. So this first Monday, I went to my brand new school for the first time. I visited there earlier, um, but it was really great. I'm glad I got to experience that. We had a very long meeting that first day, and yeah, the orientation basically took all day long. The Safe Schools is this required PD that we all have to take. And then to top it all off, I had a very early doctor's appointment. And then um, as I was coming from the doctor's appointment to go to my offsite professional development meeting, um, I got my low pressure tire gauge light that came on, and it freaked me out because I had to be somewhere at a very specific time. It was a school, so I had to find parking. Like, I was very, very nervous. So I had just enough time to go to the gas station, but when I got there, I couldn't get the tire air thing to work. Like, it just wasn't working that day. So I ended up going to orientation. I made it on time. My tire did not go out. Um, but I ended up having to go to a second gas station after the orientation. So I had my SLP orientation with all the SLPs in the district, and I got to see some familiar faces, people I'd missed. We went to lunch after that at Famous Toastery, and then I came home and did some editing and uploading. Um, On Wednesday, I did not sleep at all. I was like so out of it. Um, I did make French press coffee for my husband. Oh no, make French press. I did make French press coffee for me, I guess. I set up my bulletin board. I met my teachers. No, I must have made it for my husband because I don't think he had left yet. Um, no, he hadn't left yet. We went to the vet in the afternoon. Um, and then we had book club and it was our rave night. So we didn't read a specific book, but we had to come prepared to talk about a book that we loved. And that was actually really fun. So it was perfect for this month because I was so busy getting ready for school. I really didn't have time to read. Um, so on Thursday, I did some session prep. Um, to kind of get ready for the kids that I was going to start pulling the following week. I had to organize my room, um, and let's see, it was Thursday, so I went to a meeting in the afternoon and got to sort of meet all the people in my department. Oh, this was open house. Sorry. So I did get to sleep in a little bit late. But that meant that we had to stay later for open house and we got to meet all of the new parents. Um, I did get some happy mail this day as well. So when I came home, I was just totally wiped. Like I was overwhelmed, like meeting all these new people and trying to get everything in order. So on Friday morning, I got up and fed the kitties. That's a Once More with Love sticker. Um, and it was trash day, so I did take out the trash. Um, it's really hard to be at work at 7:15 when you were in the school like less than 12 hours earlier. Oh man. So I remember just like freaking out a little bit because I knew that we were going to have to see kids the next. I wasn't pulling kids at one of my schools on the first day, but it was a little intense. Um, I did call my mom, and then I just used some foil from the kit to mark that I did safe schools, professional development training. Um, I did place a school order for Target. Target does a 20% off store-wide purchase for teachers. So I was able to use that. I did make plans of care for all of the students that I was going to be pulling. So at least I was prepared for that. And by Friday, I was pretty wiped. So on Saturday morning, I slept in and I marked that I took a shower. Again, self-care is very important. Like, I don't usually mark that stuff, but I should. So I did make avocado toast and I did give myself a fresh manicure. I decided to do press-on nails for the first week of school, um, which is what I'm wearing in the video. We did have a little date night because my husband was going to be going out of town, and there was this jazz festival happening in Cornelius, North Carolina. And we got there, and it was just not, I don't know, it really wasn't for us. We stayed on a food truck line for way too long to get stuff. And so we ended up only staying there for like a little bit. But I did make French toast and eggs on Sunday, and I did some laundry. That's a Carly Plans sticker. I started listening to this great audiobook called Margot's Got Money Problems. It was so funny, and it's narrated by Elle Fanning. So I was like having a ball. I didn't actually get to finish it though before I had to return it. But I did start reading Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst on my Kindle. I got that from Libby. That hold came through. So that was kind of fun. So I used a Carly Plan sticker to mark that. And then I just had major Sunday scaries, as one does, before the first day of school with students. Okay, so this is the final spread. I think this came out really well. You can still kind of see the speech bubbles underneath, although most of it I think is covered. But yeah, this is looking really, really good. I'm starting to really enjoy my handwriting in black on here instead of all these other scripts. Like, I think maybe it's just the consistency. I don't really know. But like, I really enjoy this. So anyway, thank you so much. I can't tease the next one because I just put the base down, but I'll give you a little sneak peek. So I will see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.